Hello there. Let's learn how to sell, then stop selling, strange, and then allow people to buy. So here's the question, just how do we do that? You and I know that the world of selling has changed. People today are immune to those old tricks, the hard pitch, the endless features and benefits and advantages, important though they are, the pressure close. It simply doesn't work anymore. The real winners, they're not out there pushing, they're attracting. They're convincing by being convincing, not trying to convince people. As the old expression says, a person convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. So let's talk about how we can be more convincing. You see, I feel a bit like this. Being convincing starts long before the conversation or price or product or service. It starts with presence, the way we carry ourselves, the way we listen, the way we make people feel in our company. There's an amazing quote by Muhammad Ali, which always sends shivers down the back of my neck. He says this: "The fight is won or lost, far away from the witnesses, behind the lines, in the gym, and out there on the road, long before I dance under those lights." Isn't that just fantastic? And the same is true here. People decide if they trust us before they decide to buy from us. So we demonstrate that presence by slowing down, listening carefully, building the kind of quiet confidence that says, you can trust me. You and I have seen this far too often. The salesperson who wants to sell too much, the energy feels off, people pull back. Years ago, I conducted some research which clearly indicated that the key factor in a buyer's list of why they didn't buy was the salesperson. Sadly, that research also indicated that most salespeople thought that the buyer's reason for why they didn't buy was the price. A bit of a mismatch there. We need to be fascinated by the person in front of us, their needs, their goals, their worries. We need to ask the real questions, not those surface level ones. That change in energy from pushing to exploring makes us infinitely more persuasive. Here's something I teach in my Persuasion formula course. Stop trying to sound 100% certain. Why? Because certainty too soon, and that's the important point, being too certain too soon pushes people away. It feels like we've stopped listening. We can use softer language, words like might, maybe, perhaps. I know it sounds counterintuitive, yes, but it invites people in. It gives them space to agree with us. And when people feel free to agree, they agree more often. You may have heard me say this before, but it is just so true. Facts tell, stories sell. Facts tell, stories sell. When we share a story, something changes in the listener's mind. They drop their defenses. I don't quite like that expression, but you know what I mean. They start to imagine themselves inside the story. They see the outcome. They feel the possibility. That's why we need to build a bank of short, punchy client stories with real results. Too many people go for the big close too soon instead of asking for a small yes, a meeting, a demo, a trial, something easy to agree to. Psychologists call this the yes ladder. Each yes builds momentum for the next one, and before long, the big yes feels natural. Let's talk about something else, the courage to walk away. Here's the paradox. The more willing we are to walk away, the more attractive we become as a business partner. When we're clingy, a prospect feels it. When we stay confident, even if this deal doesn't happen, they feel that too. And we know which one most people want to work with, don't we? If you've enjoyed this video, plenty more of my videos around here. And if you'd like to be notified when I post a new one, then just hit that subscribe button. In the meantime, I wish you every success in all your adventures in life. And there are so many to be had. Let's go out there and find them. From me, Peter Thomson, until the next time, bye for now.